Mr. Dorsey, welcome. Thanks for being here. I want to read a few quotes about Twitter's practices, and I just want you to tell me if they're true or not. Social media is being rigged to censor conservatives. Is that true of Twitter?
No. It's false.
I don't know what Twitter is up to. It sure looks like to me that they're censoring people, and they ought to stop it. Are you censoring people?
No. It's totally made up.
Twitter shadow banning prominent Republicans. Bad. Is that true?
No. It's a total fabrication.
Do you discriminate more on philosophy, like anti-conservative versus pro-liberal?
No. Our policies and our algorithms don't take into consideration any affiliation, philosophy, or viewpoint.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
What? Wait, are you telling me that Jack Dorsey didn't have a redemption arc? Are you telling me that Jack Dorsey lied to our faces nonstop? Are you telling me that Jack Dorsey went to Capitol Hill and lied under oath? I, for one, am shocked. Shocked, I say. Are you shocked? You better be shocked. If you aren't shocked, you're about to get shocked. Shockingly. Hey, make sure you leave a like on this video. And if you haven't yet already, please do subscribe. Very interesting story, including some old clips resurfacing, old tweets resurfacing for old Jackie Poo that are not ending well for him. We'll get into that after a super quick word from this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Private Internet Access. Look, it's 2022 going on 2023. If you don't have a VPN, you're missing out on a ton of benefits. Not just a more secure connection, but if you're paying for Netflix, Disney Plus, or any other streaming service, you're already getting locked out of a ton of additional content that you could be enjoying if you used a VPN. And since they've been sponsoring the channel so long, they've rolled out a massive discount for my viewers. That's right, 84% off plus 4 months free. It's $2.03 a month, 4 months free, 84% off. Private Internet Access also offers privacy on all your devices, lightning fast global server network. And look, outside of all the additional content you're going to be able to view out there using Private Internet Access, it also has a strict no logs policy. It's open source. It has state-of-the-art updates. It's instant to set up. You can put it on all of your devices, your tablet, your computer, your mobile phones. It has unlimited bandwidth and so much more. If you don't have a VPN yet, make today the day. Use my link in the description to get Private Internet Access, start being more secure, and unlock loads more content. Don't let the year end without getting your VPN. There's a huge discount code in the pinned comment down below. Now let's go back to an old clip, an oldie but a goodie. Jack Dorsey denied what we knew was true. Twitter was rigged to censor conservatives.
Mr. Dorsey, welcome. Thanks for being here. I want to read a few quotes about Twitter's practices, and I just want you to tell me if they're true or not. Social media is being rigged to censor conservatives. Is that true of Twitter?
No.
I don't know what Twitter is up to. It sure looks like to me that they're censoring people, and they ought to stop it. Are you censoring people?
No.
Twitter shadow banning prominent Republicans. Bad. Is that true?
No.
So these were statements, Mr. Dorsey.
Interesting. On Capitol Hill, under oath, Jack Dorsey lying. Also, some old screenshots resurfacing. Dave Rubin asked Jack, do you shadow ban based on political beliefs? A simple yes or no will do. Jack Dorsey says no. Of course, we know now that they absolutely did, and that there are multiple prominent conservative accounts that were deboosted and shadow banned and visibility filtered, as they called it, and we have the receipts to prove it. Now, Jack also, back in July 26, 2018, wrote this. A short thread addressing some issues folks are encountering as a result of our conversational health work, specifically the perception of, quote, shadow banning based on content or ideology. It suffices to say we have a lot more work to do to earn people's trust in how we work. Now, this was Kayvon Beckpour. You'll recognize those names from the Twitter files from last night, saying, to be clear, our behavioral ranking doesn't make adjustments based on political views or the substance of tweets. No, it doesn't actually. See, that's the loophole. It doesn't. Their algorithm doesn't automatically do that, and that's what they're saying. But see, you've got to read everything these snakes say a couple of times to really see it's not what they're saying, it's what they're not saying. We now know, according to the Twitter Files Leaks Part 2 last night, that yes, their algorithm did not pick people's political leanings and deboost or derank them based on that. They had literal coffee clubs at Twitter that were looking at more than 200 accounts a day and manually doing it. And then on top of that, in the SEPPIS group, which included Vijaya Gotti, Jack Dorsey, new former CEO Parag Agrawal, they would also meet and deboost, derank accounts even that did not have procedural violations or no terms of service violations. He continues, following up on this with a lot more detail. We don't shadow ban. Yes, you do. We now know for a fact that you do. You called it a visibility filter, but it's the exact same thing. It's functionally the exact same thing. It's like, oh, I don't speed walk. I just walk fast. Like, I guess technically that's probably not a good example, not a good one on the fly, but you get what I'm saying. And we certainly don't. So first of all, that's a lie. Maury Povich. That was a lie. And we certainly don't shadow ban based on political viewpoints. That also is a lie, and we now know that to be a fact. We do rank tweets by default to make Twitter more immediately relevant, which can be turned off. That's just talking about arranging your timeline on your homepage. More on ranking signals. You see a lot of, I'm in here, your pants are on fire. Now, people are saying before you accuse him of lying, you have to consider that this was done completely behind his back. I don't care. You're the CEO. The buck stops with you. All right. And also, we know that he was in the meetings, sat with the SEPPIS group, and deranked, deboosted accounts based on the whims of Vijaya Gotti. Tim Young. Oh, see, it wasn't shadow banning because they called it visibility filtering, even though it was literally the exact same thing. U.S. Ministry of Truth with the whoops. I mean, everyone coming in here, hey, can we get a follow-up on this one, Chief? And they talk about, we'd love to open up how our ranking algorithms make decisions. We're thinking about that. Again, what he's saying here may be technically correct, that their algorithm doesn't do it. But what they had is a coffee clutch group of losers that would sit behind the scenes and try to ruin people's livelihoods and businesses. We also know, according to Elon Musk today, that they absolutely deboosted political candidates. You're talking about like legitimate liability here for lawsuits now. I know that a lot of people are black-pilled and they think, oh, well, nothing's going to happen, so why does it matter? I understand why you feel that way, but something is happening. You're watching this video. You're telling people about it. People are finding out that, yes, my account was suspended. My account was artificially deranked. All the gaslighting is getting reversed. I mean, you have a guy here, like, here, Elon Musk says controversial decisions at Twitter are often made without Jack Dorsey's approval. I think Elon's just trying to do a brother a solid here. I think he's just trying to look out for Jack Dorsey because he seems to like him. But again, does not matter. If it was happening without his knowledge, that is a leadership failure. It is not an excuse of culpability. You're the CEO of the company. Doesn't matter. It's his job to know. And also, Musk doesn't know for a fact. See, the thing is, like, the inmates were running the system, people say, but I mean, just to be, in all fairness to Elon here, he doesn't know that Jack didn't know. He's just trying to be a bro. We know, based on these leaks, that he absolutely was in the loop with these little coffee clutch groups. And again, Twitter files flashback. Jack Dorsey testified under oath that Twitter does not censor or shadow ban conservatives. Reporter Barry Weiss revealed Twitter reportedly put conservatives on blacklists. We went through the actual clip. During the same hearing, then Representative Joe Barton, Republican from Texas, grilled Dorsey over his past claim that Democratic politicians too were affected by shadow banning. When asked if he could identify which Democrats were affected, Dorsey refused to say, claiming that it was for protecting their privacy. Can you personally vouch for the statement that this statement is true, that there are Democrat politicians who, when you did the auto search, didn't show up? Barton said. Yes, Dorsey said. When pressed what percentage of accounts affected were Democrats versus Republicans, Dorsey dodged from giving specifics, but told Barton that the results were not impartial. Do you discriminate more on philosophy, like anti-conservative versus pro-liberal? Barton asked. No, our policies and our algorithms do not take into consider any affiliation, philosophy, or viewpoint. You're right. They don't. You do. You sat in a room and decided which accounts were allowed to flourish on your platform and which ones had to be search banned, banned from trending, banned from hashtag searches. You did that. It's far worse than an algorithm. You're literally pushing your fingers on the scale during election time of what we now know were politicians in addition to private citizens. And whatever backwards explanation that Jack Dorsey may have for this, I don't think it's going to save him. I don't think it's going to save them because, Republican lawmakers are going to look at this and they're going to be watching very closely in this next election run-up. How much of this was happening during the midterms? I don't know. It's unlikely that Elon Musk could have unwound all this stuff before the midterms. So how many midterm candidates were under being shadow banned, having their message deboosted, having their First Amendment infringed by a supposed platform? Of course, Twitter isn't acting like a platform. It's acting like a publisher by picking and choosing what the American people and people around the world are allowed to see. That is not being a platform. That is being a publisher, and thus Twitter forfeits their Section 230 protection, in my opinion. There are still people out there with personal culpability, namely Jack Dorsey, Vijaya Gotti, Yoel Roth. These people are acting with their own agenda, silencing Americans and people all around the world. I don't think that this is a nothing burger. I think that it's only just begun. And if you're enjoying my coverage, please do click that subscribe button down below. Let's get into some Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Chris Mahana Kwanzaa. Super Mario, December 9th. This box has seen better days. That's what he said. See, this is a frustrating thing this is poor design. I will say, if you're going to do the Super Mario advent calendar, look how big this door is. And then, there's just a little question box way down. It should be centered. And it's not like the plastic slid down or something. I know it's a small thing, but, it's not nothing. And plus, also, getting these darn things out isn't easy. It's not even lined up. Oh. Come on. There we go. It is a cool little question box that'll look nice on my set, though. So, Merry Christmas.